Mimi, Siri.
Muki Muki.
Something I. Yes, ja, nej, men du säger nej, nej, vi äcknemmer.
Well, we've been surrounded by those robots. They are very similar to Ai, by the way. Hey, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? I am Daffy Duck here, and I'm back for some more yet again for the likes of the Merxy Toys videos. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some more of Let's Play of Super Monkey Ball 2 for the Nintendo GameCube. So I've got a little bit of a belchiness at the moment, just because, well, I'll explain more about this until for later, because either way though, last time we have pretty much gone through World 7, which is of course Bubbly Washing Machine, which is perhaps still is one of my favourite worlds in the game. And today for this episode, we're about to be moving on to World 8, which appears to be Clock Tower Factory. And because of this though, this is when the difficulty starts to ramp up ridiculously right now. And to begin with, let's go ahead and get started with World 8-1, which appears to be Pistons. And because of this though, this is the level I always have trouble with since when I was a kid. But every now and then now, especially noticeable how the fact that I'm pretty much used to with the Nintendo GameCube controller. So that means about the fact the matter is though, is the fact that I don't think this level wasn't all that hard. Although the only time it makes this a little bit tricky and difficult is the fact that if you come towards the edge on certain triangular shaped holes, basically you'll be flung up and higher up until you're able to actually decide to drop down. But if you do manage to drop down below the actual holes, you're probably gonna end up just falling off, and especially noticeable about the fact that sometimes you get stuck. So yeah, something's worth mentioning. So anyway, so next up is level 8-2, which appears to be Soft Cream. probably one of the easier levels in my opinion, because, well, usually relatively speaking, all you have to do is just basically you need to activate one of those switches, and that way you would be able to actually continue progression. So, and obviously I'm trying to go after more bananas like usual, so hopefully we can able to actually decide to catch up on, you know, some more bananas in between. So either way though, oh god, momentum. World 8-3 momentum is pretty tricky, I'm not gonna lie. That's only because of how the fact that all you really have to do on this particular level is the fact that, well, you have to put up with a lot of momentum work. Like, for instance, that, well, obviously you can't do like that, because otherwise if you bump into any wall, or in this case that particular side of that particular segment, basically you would be able to actually not get any momentum at all. So, in order to be able to go from one platform to another for this stage, you have to be specifically time it carefully, because if you time wrong enough, then otherwise you would fall off really fast. So, but either way though, something's worth mentioning, and I suppose there are some other things I would like to just, you know, just try and discuss upon something. Actually, I'll get into more on that later, because the next level we have is Entangled Path. And the best way to do this particular stage really easily is the fact that you have to activate that particular fast forward switch, as you can see on the right. And once it's almost gonna line up on that particular line, for those whole bunch of bananas by the way, basically all we have to do for this point is the fact that we need to slow down a little bit, and that way we would be able to actually decide to make a straight up pathway, even though it might not be the fastest way for doing it. And yes, there's also a green goal in there, but obviously I think bananas really cares to me all that much, so either way though. Oh god, okay, thank god. That party ball right there will able to throw you off a bit, especially noticeable. It almost reminds me of that one particular stage in the original Super Monkey Ball. That's basically you have to go from one planet to another, and there's also another level based off from this as well, but we'll discuss more about it until specifically whenever I do challenge mode playthrough, if assumingly it will eventually happen until next year, because let me tell you, I'm actually not very pleased about that. Well, not so much in the forms of delaying things, but it's just that, oh really? I can't believe I just got screwed over right there. And if you're probably wondering about the fact that why I just keep on cut off some of those commentary stuff like this, it's because, well, usually I always have to double check on my quality of the audio, so just in case it doesn't go completely messed up, because you as far as you know something already from the start though, is the fact that obviously because of how the fact that, well, we're still in a new room at the moment, so it might take a while to get used to with this. But, still, we did manage to fix that nonetheless. So, anyway, so Vortex, which appears to be not that complicated of the level, but it's just that you have to specifically time your, well, movements and what have you. So, yeah, about with the fact that with the challenge mode playthrough that I was about to be planning to do, specifically for this game, until next year, and, as far as for Monkey Ball Deluxe is concerned, well, the only problem with that is the fact that you have to go through a lot of stages in that game. And because of that though, you have to go through 40 stages in beginner mode. I found it no problem. And then advanced, you have to go through 70 stages, and also expert, oh man, expert run, always bane for my existence, which in order to be able to go through that, you have to go through the entirety 100 stages, which, yeah, it's gonna be impossible for me to do that, so, but I might as well do that on my own time once I get the actual video game cabinet sorted out. But for now on though, we'll just go ahead and just, you know, keep on playing Super Monkey Ball 2 for now. And oh god, this level right here, Warp. How could I even begin with this level? Well, at least for Sonic, did manage to done this stage no problem, but for me, especially as a kid, I could never bypass this level. It's clearly because of multiple things. Like for one, a lot of emphasis on bumps, or this little bumpers that attempt to screw you up. And two, you know what that particular slants that you have to go through? Well, that's all you have to really just try to hope for the best to try to bypass these segments, as you can see right here. Although sometimes my momentum sometimes always messed up sometimes. But luckily, if I can pull my control stick, just trying to able to hold up for a moment and then just, well, make our way for the sake of time. So, yeah, something's worth talking about actually is the fact that recently, for about, I don't know how many days ago actually, I forgot, because it has been a while since I actually done some of my recording segments from time to time. Yes, I know, timer, I know. I'm just getting to the green goal right now, so you don't have to rush me or anything like that. Anyway, before we get on to that actually, the next stage we're going to be run into is trampolines. And, oh my gosh, what is going on with that background? Even though it's only apparent in Super Monkey Ball 2, because for whatever reason, it just always gets like a green ish background, which thankfully it's been fixed in Journey forms of Super Monkey Ball Deluxe. I mean, look at it. It just almost feels like the town itself, even the water, is almost like yellowish. Although I'm not exactly sure why that was there. In fact, let me know in the comments below why the actual yellow background was a thing on the actual cities and the water. In fact, let me know in the comments below, because of the fact that I just haven't exactly researched on some stuff like that, so... But I digress. Oh yeah, a few things I want to explain is the fact that recently, today it is I think, today's day is the forms of the 23rd of September today, in this case in 2020, there's actually the new PlayStation 5 showcase that has been recently just showed up for about a week ago actually, even though I would like to discuss upon that particular stuff, but unfortunately as you can tell I'm pretty much running out of time, so I think I should probably end this on linear seesaws as you can see right there. So anyways, join me next time on Let's Play Super Monkey Ball 2 is the fact that we are about to be moving on to the next world, which appears to be World 9, and that will appears to be Space Colony. Well, not to be confused as Space Colony from Sonic Adventure 2 for the ARC. So see you guys until on Friday.